Hello and welcome to ColoradoTriathlete.com. We're here today with two-time Ironman winner Michael Lovato. Michael has won Ironman Coeur and Ironman Arizona. Just last month, he got third at Ironman Coeur d'Alene. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Originally, your plan was to do the new Ironman Utah in St. George. What made you change your plans?
You know, the big wrench that got thrown in the plans was that I got injured. So I was training for Coeur d'Alene or for St. George, sorry, and things were going quite well. Had begun probably the beginning of February, and was very happy with how things had been going for those couple months. And then the 1st of April, I injured myself. Actually, it was the 1st and the 2nd. It was a 1-2 punch. So those 2 days, I kind of knocked myself out of contention for St. George. And I immediately said, well, I've got to do an Ironman early, and I love Coeur d'Alene, so I'll just pick that one.
So this was the 5th time that you raced Coeur d'Alene.
That's right.
The very first time you tried it, you won it, but then you got third 4 times.
That's right.
How does it feel getting third the 4th time?
Well, it shows I'm consistent, which is supposed to be a good thing. But, you know, yeah, I set the bar pretty high. Winning it the first time, you can't really improve upon that. So I got third the 2nd time, and I've been going back trying to get second so I can complete the podium and just move on. That's what I did in Arizona, 1, 2, 3, and then gone. No, but this Coeur d'Alene, it's cool. I mean, each of the times I've had really good races, and I've been up against really good competition. So to go in there, the thirds all came about very different ways. Pretty similar times through most of them, but they've always been different races, and always trying from different angles to try and beat the guys. And in the end, there's always been 2 guys better. So
you made a kind of humorous prediction at the press conference that partially came true. Why don't you tell us about that?
Oh yeah, that was kind of funny. I think that there were 3 of us up there kind of talking a little bit of trash, and just playfully, it was Tom Evans, Chris McDonald, and myself, and so we were all giving our thoughts. And well, yeah, Tom had said that he likes to go out on the swim and just swim as easy as he can, which is usually pretty fast, and he has a pretty big lead on the rest of the field. And I had said something about, here, let's make a deal. I'll just do all the work, and you just sit on my feet, which will end up being really easy for you because he's a better swimmer than I am. And we all laughed about that because we thought it'd be pretty humorous if he just, you know, took that plan. Well, somehow, then after lining up near each other on the beach, sort of coincidentally, he asked me if I was going to sit on his feet, and I said, no, we had it worked out, remember? And sure enough, we came out, and he was he was a couple steps behind me, so that was a first.
What did he say to you?
He didn't say anything. I actually haven't spoken to Tom since the race. I thought maybe we'd have a little interaction there. It was Luke Bell who came out with us. He did make a couple of comments about how I turned myself into a fish, which I was pleased with that.
You have been working on your swim.
I have been working on my swim, and I've certainly never been referred to as a fish, so it was nice. But Tom, unfortunately, Tom was having a pretty rough day. I don't think he was fully fit on the swim, bike, or run, and he lost ground on the swim, lost more ground on the bike, and then dropped out on the run. So I didn't get to catch up with him post-race.
So how'd the bike go for you?
The bike was great. I was very happy with the bike. I went into that one with a very serious game plan based on following my power meter, which is new, power tap. I got February 1st. And so I just really, for the first time ever, I think I controlled my effort very appropriately. I've always felt like I've controlled it very appropriately, but I think being in there and realizing exactly how slow it has to feel at the beginning to really be an even-paced ride. And I think it was the fastest I've ridden on that particular version of the course by a couple minutes. And so yeah, it was a great bike ride. I had a nice little group of guys that was letting me sort of dictate the pace, which I kind of enjoy. It's probably not the smartest thing, but I was able to do my thing. A couple guys dropped me for a little while, and then I finished very strong. So I think I executed a pretty good bike ride.
For a while there, we thought you were going to get second by watching on the internet, but it turns out that you ended up getting passed at the end, is that right? Yeah, that's right. I came off the bike in 4th, ran out of transition in 5th, so I had to overtake a couple guys, McDonald, 3 Australians, Chris McDonald, and Matt White, and then finally Luke Bell. Got into 2nd and was plugging along quite well up through about mile 18, and I think I had been a bit overzealous with my early mile pacing, and that just
caught up to me, and I think it was about mile 20, right at the just about to the turnaround, and Courtney Ogden came by and just did one of those passes that that is for good. And I knew I was just sort of struggling to keep going. I wasn't really able to race at the time, so Courtney had a very strong and solid race, and he passed me there at about 10K to go.
So what are your plans for the rest of the season?
That's a good question. I have really just the focus of Hawaii now, because I think that the good thing about getting injured was it sort of forced me into a little bit slower build towards Hawaii than I've ever really had. Usually I'm quite fit at least by June, if not moderately fit in April or May. So now I've just got a really nice timing heading into Hawaii. I'll do a couple of 70.3s. I'm looking at doing steelhead at the end of this month. If not that, if I can't make if I can't recover because I'm quite beat up, then I'll do Boulder 70.3, which is in the backyard, and then Timberman. I usually do Timberman at the end of August, and that's kind of a nice little tune-up for me.
That's one of your favorite races?
It is. It's a great event. I think I've done it 6 times now, 6 or 7 times, 6. So yeah, that'll probably be the schedule. Maybe I might zip down to Austin to do a little hot weather race down there at the first part of September, a short race, Olympic distance, to go get some of that hot and sweaty training and racing in. So,
well, good luck in Kona.
Thank you.